Hi everybody, my name is Chris Sutherland. I've been a police officer in the state of Washington for almost 18 years now. Currently, last 5 years I've been the school resource officer at one of our local high schools.
I'm Jeremy Wood, and I also am a school resource officer at our other high school. They're about a mile and a half apart. I've been in law enforcement for over 20 years now.
Yeah. We're going to get right into this. We've both been involved in traumatic situations that we've both been diagnosed with PTSD, as is probably almost every first responder has, and we're going to get into that at a later time, but we're using these experiences and what we've gone through to kind of share in the journey that we've gone through.
Yeah, one of the things that we're really big on is if you take the position of a school resource officer, we feel like you can really make a difference in the school. And we're going to touch on some topics and some ideas and suggestions, and we get your emails, and we really appreciate that on what you can do to improve not only yourself but also your school.
Yeah. So we had to figure out how do we make this change? How do we go from being reactive to proactive? Because we had some thought processes on how we came down to this.
Yeah. You know what the reality of it is? The biggest problem, in my opinion, in the school is that old mindset and the school resource officer. Chris and I had to look at each other in the mirror and say, hey, we need to make a change because our mindset wasn't right. We had to really sit down and go, you're the reason your bullying and harassment incidents are the same year after year after year. Okay, so once we did that and we corrected our steps and took more of a proactive approach, and we'll share that with you a little bit, things started to change. And that's what we really want to encourage you guys to do is don't think outside the box. Don't just do that, it's easy. Take a report like you brought up, go to the thing, say, well, boys will be boys, or take a report, nothing gets done. But there's some real changes that you can do and make a difference in the school. Everybody wants it.
Yep. Yeah.
Everybody wants to change. Students, teachers, community, the SRO, everybody, parents,
Yeah. So we had to figure out how we do this. So Jeremy and I decided to look into training. Okay, there's got to be training out there to show us how to do this, lead us to where we can succeed at this. We found this training in Orlando, the National Safety Conference on Bullying. A great place to go to Orlando when you're from Washington, especially in the winter and fall months. So we got approved, and we went down there.
We went there to this, we had an open mind, and during that we met some really inspiring people, and actually our Brothers in Healing company that we do, and our nonprofit is dedicated to Daniel Briggs, who took his own life after being bullied, and we don't want to see that happen again. We're tired of losing our kids, and that's why Chris and I are so passionate about what we do and about making a difference and about putting this kind of content out there. When we looked how do we make a difference, there's nothing like this out there. We have a unique set of lenses, as do a lot of first responders, SROs, teachers and that kind of thing, because you're in the trenches, you're seeing it.
Yeah. And another person we met there who really sparked us also, he's the actual national presenter, Mark Merrill. We listened to his presentation. I'm not going to lie, at first we thought it was pretty quirky. Mark, we love you. You are another one of our big inspirations. But we had to figure out, how do we get Mark Merrill's message on suicide prevention and bullying back to our students, back to our entire community. That was our next main focus.
Yeah, because these kids, there's a saying, and I think Les Brown said it best, that the weeds grow on their own, right? So who can we bring back to our schools that's going to send a good positive message that's going to get in front of this audience? And he knocked it out of the park. So as far as go check them out. The people that we talked about, Amy Briggs, she has an awesome story. There's a video. It's so compelling. It's so heart-wrenching. I've watched it numerous times, as Chris has. Daniel Briggs, amazing young man who took his own life due to bullying, and just an amazing story. It's so inspiring, and that's what's really got us doing what we're doing, like I said. So, and Mark Merrill, we'll talk a little bit about further on in our topics. We'll show you who Mark Merrill is, former WWF pro wrestler, that kind of thing. But we sing his praises because of what he does as a proactive thing after his whole presentation.
Yeah. So next thing we had to do is we had to figure out Funding. How do we bring Mark Merrill here? It costs money. We just don't have the money to do it on our own. We didn't have any training on how to go raise money, how to go ask for money, especially being in uniform. How do we get the school district involved?
Yeah.
Luckily, Jeremy and I have a very good relationship with our school district. They bought off on it and they trusted us enough, which made it kind of easy for us. How do we get the students to lead this? The students, we need them to be the front runners. It's them. It's those kids who are doing this and bullying and everything else, and they're the ones who ultimately are taking their lives. So how do we get them involved to have them be the front runners? Not only that, how do we just get the entire community? That was our main focus. We knew, Jeremy and I knew that we had to have the entire community behind this or it was not going to succeed. We can't wait to start talking about how all the steps that we did. We're going to do that next time.
Yeah. We're going to come out with a lot of content, everything from mental health. Like Chris said, we're both diagnosed with PTSD, what we've done to heal from that. We're going to talk about how you can make a difference in your school, some tools and tips that you can do, some real success stories that we've had. We'll share those with you. Stay tuned. We got a lot of content to talk about.
Yeah. So thank you guys again. Again, I am Chris Sutherland. This is Jeremy Wood. We together are brothers in healing.
Yeah. And we believe just get out there, make a difference in your community and your school. And you know what? Fail your way to success.